one last trip to the store. I want to tell you guys something. For all of the brand new gardeners and even the OG gardeners, there's nothing wrong with getting a deal or a sale, getting something for free. And I've been looking for pots for roughly 3 weeks or so. Went to Lowe's, they didn't have any pots. Went to a local nursery, they didn't have any pots. I was able to get some small pots, and they were not the color I wanted, but I bought them anyway. Spray painted them, got pots, right? So I received a gift card from Best Yet Journey off of a Zoom that I went to that she hosted. Great Zoom, great fellowship. And I'm just now getting around to using that gift card, and I happened to go on to the Lowe's website real quick to see if they had any pots. I'm sorry, Home Depot. And I rarely ever go to Home Depot, but something said while I'm over here, check the website right quick, see if they have any pots. And they had some nursery pots, 1 gallon nursery pots for 58 cents a piece. People are driving like maniacs today. I had a guy almost run over the front of my car. I've got a guy behind me about ready to run up in my tailpipe. Woo, Lord, let me get to where I need to go safely and get back, because something is happening today. Either somebody need to go to the emergency room or something, but they driving crazy. Whoa. All right. That just made me a little nervous. Yeah. But anyway, they had nursery pots, 1 gallon nursery pots for 58 cents. So I went ahead and ordered some online right quick for a quick curbside pickup. Within 10 to 15 minutes, I got a text message saying your curbside was ready. So I'm on my way to pick up those 1 gallon pots. And if you don't know what a nursery pot is, everything you buy from any store that comes in a pot, that's a nursery pot. And I'm not looking for anything expensive, anything fancy. I just need some pots, because I've been giving away a lot of little clippings and little plants that I've been starting and giving them to different people. And so I've run low on my pots. And you all were with me if you watched that video. I did a clipping of a crepe myrtle. I had 11 crepe myrtle clippings. Well, I haven't showed you guys those clippings, and I will be showing you guys those clippings maybe later on today. But many of them have rooted, so I need something to put those in. And I know a 1 gallon pot is really large, but I'm not about doing a whole lot of up potting. I don't have the desire for up potting constantly. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm on my way to Home Depot right now. I'm feeling a little frazzled because I almost got ran over. This little car just almost took out the whole front of mine. Ooh, goodness gracious. Let me center myself. But yes, I wanted to tell you guys about that. So if you're in the market, you're brand new, you're starting a garden for the first time, you don't know what to buy, you don't have a large budget, go to the Home Depot website, type in pots, and see if you can find some nursery pots, because I was able to get some in my local area. They had about 45. Now, I didn't get all of them, but I did get a few of them, because I plan on giving a lot more away if I can. And some of them are just for me, so I need to put these fruits and trees and everything else I've been messing around with in some pots. So I am getting ready to turn off on the street where Home Depot is, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I will probably show you maybe later on today me potting up those crepe myrtles in the nursery pot. As a matter of fact, I'll actually show you what the nursery pot looks like when I get back to the house. So I'll see you guys in the next. Here are those 1 gallon nursery pots that I picked up, and I have not dang, they smashed them in here real good. Good gracious. Turn it upside down. Maybe I can get the one off the bottom. Nope. They smashed them in here really good. Good grief. Hang on. I'm doing this one-handed, you guys. Oh, trying to get this pot out of here. Wow, they super glued these bad boys in here good. There we go. All right, so this is the 1 gallon nursery pot that I picked up, and I'm going to be potting up some of those clippings that I got, and I'm going to show you guys. Can you guys see that? 2.9 quarts, 2.7 liters, 1 gallon, and there we go, 1 gallon, 58 cents. And so if you're just getting started out, and of course, you know, this isn't going to hold an awful lot, but it's enough to hold 1 or 2 things, and that might be what you're starting out with. You know, you can put a lettuce in here, you can put a brassica in here, like a collard green or any other kind of cabbage. I mean, this is a 1 gallon pot. You can do a lot with a 1 gallon pot, and for 58 cents, you can't beat that with a bat. So I'm gonna do a little bit of potting up, and then I will get back to you guys in just a minute. Let me get myself set up. I made it into the shed, and I have brought out my little clippings. You all haven't seen them in a while, but this is the one of the pots that had the crepe myrtle in it. Now I know they look a little crazy, but look at that. I have roots, so it's well past time to get these into a pot so that they can actually put on some more growth and really give me a show by the springtime next year. I just put some water in this earlier today, might even been last night. I don't even remember, you guys. I'm all over the place right now, but I want to get these potted up, and you all have not seen these in quite some time. These are the clippings off of my lemon tree, and as you can see, there are some roots in here. I was gonna pot this up, but I think maybe I should just leave it. There aren't that many roots in here. I don't know. I may go ahead on and take it out and pot it up. It needs some feed. I've got some yellowing on some leaves, so it does need some feed. There wasn't much in this little mixture here, so I'm going to need to feed it. But I think I might go ahead on and take this out and put it in a pot. These are 3 little lemon tree clippings. So this is what I cut off of my tree. It is successful. For the first time ever, I was able to get some success with growing lemon clippings, and I'm so excited about that. So these are going to be gifted to some family, but I got to get some stuff up potted, because I don't know about you guys, but there comes a time in my growing season. It starts for me in the late summer, where I begin to run out of steam, and I'm trying to keep up. It's not that I've got too many projects or too many irons in the fire. It's just I get tired, and I'm trying to accomplish a 4 seasons garden, and that means I'm constantly trying to grow something. It's a constant for me. It's not ending, and I get tired. So I'm feeling like that right now, and I'm just trying to keep up and not sit down and say, oh, I'll do it later, because if I do it later, then it may or may not get done to the way it needs to get done, and I might lose something more than what I would normally lose if I was on top of it. So I just put some wood chip in the bottom, because let me show y'all those holes. I don't know if y'all saw the holes. The holes are pretty substantial on these pots, and so you could lose soil out of that, but you can also get worms in the bottom of this pot. And so, like in many of my other videos, I like to make sure that I put some food in the bottom of my pots. Now, I do not have any more leaves. All of the leaves that I collected last year, I have used all of them, so I don't have any more leaves. So I have nothing that I could actually put in here besides some wood chip. So this will have to do. And this is my broken trowel. I use that to dig around in the grass or in pots if I need to dig something out. So I'm just going to use my scooper, and I'm going to take and put some soil. And I've got a fly in here, so excuse me. I'm trying to kill this fly and do what I got to do because it's getting on my last nerves, y'all. I don't know why the flies like to live in the shed. Every time I close the door, they just come out like they're after me. I don't know. All right, so I just put some soil inside of the pot, and I'm going to start with my crepe myrtle. I'm going to move my lemon down there because crepe myrtle has a lot of roots on, and you can see the leaves don't look the best. Get away, fly. Sorry about that, y'all. Flies to me are so disgusting. I don't like flies. Flies land on poop and what, who knows what else. So I don't like flies to touch me. So I'm having a moment here with this fly because flies gross me out. I'll never forget the first time I lived in Europe, in Germany, and we had this brown trash can, which was the food trash can. And I opened that joker up. My neighbor had been putting a whole lot of food in there, and this trash can was filled to the brim. I opened it up, and it was just writhing with millions of, and I hope this doesn't freak anybody out, but maggots, just millions of them all over the top of that trash can. And I think I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. I slammed that trash can and I went running. I don't like flies and maggots. But anyway, so I'm going to try to gently coax out some of this soil, not all of it, and try to get out these baby crepe myrtles. I'm excited. Look at that root ball, y'all. Look at that. Man, that's my first time doing this. Very first time. Now, I do not want to keep all of these together. I want to break them up because they're going to be gifts. Now, I have one that didn't do anything. So I'm going to lay these two back inside of the pot and see if I can get those to do something. So it looks like only 2 of them actually rooted. Okay, so these are going to be for my mom. One for my mom and one for me. And that's why I took 11 clippings, because you never know how many of them. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Let me move my bucket over a little bit. You never know how many of them are actually going to root for you. And so out of the 4 that I had in there, only 2 of them has roots on them. So I am just going to put soil in this pot like so. This fly, I'm going to have to do something to this fly that this fly is not going to like. All right. So I have it sitting in the center of the pot, and I'm just moving the soil around a little bit. And I'm just going to gently press down. I'm not going to do a lot of pressing down because I don't want those tender roots to get broken or dislodged. I am going to water this in. I'm going to use my hand and put a little bit more. Just give it a little shake like that. Settle it up a little bit. Looks a little crooked. Now I'm going to put a little bit of wood chip on the top to make sure that the soil stays moist. And it has one lonely little leaf, and I fear that the leaf is not going to survive. It's discolored. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but as long as it has leaves on it, roots, you know it's alive. Those were some really healthy roots on it. So I'm going to take this back in the house and put it back in the indoor greenhouse so that it gets light, as well as watering from the bottom only. Continuing to water from the bottom. So that's one. So I'm going to move this one over to the side and let me get this other one. I don't want to go too slow. And I'm going to put some wood chip in the bottom, just like so. And instead of using my scooper this time, I'm just going to use my hand because my scoop is just causing me some difficulty inside this bucket. It's the angle that I have for you guys. I'm trying to give you guys a better angle because you guys normally can't see in the bucket when I am potting up something. And I'm just trying to give you guys a better angle. There we go. Now the soil fell off of this one, but look at the roots on that. And this one has more leaves on it, so I'm probably going to give this one to my mom because this one, the leaves look healthier, there are more leaves on it. So my mom has a pink crepe myrtle in front of her house right now. She has two, but she was saying that one of them doesn't look so healthy, and so I just wanted to give my mom a little something. Got to take care of our moms, right? We only get one. If you're lucky. I was lucky enough to have more than one. Unfortunately, the Lord called my bonus mom home unexpectedly. All right, so there we have it. Now I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not going to show you guys all of this because you all have seen me pot up stuff. This is basically for my new subscribers who are brand new to gardening and they're like, I don't know how to pot up anything, and I'm not sure if this amount of soil is enough or that amount of something is enough. This is all you have to do. Nothing special. I even have a good girlfriend of mine who watches my channel. And she always tells me, you know, I am no good in the garden and I love watching you do just the regular average stuff because it helps me. So this is the regular average stuff for those who need a little bit of extra. So this is going to be from my mom. And I don't name any of my plants. I probably should, but that's for my mom. All right, guys, let me finish this up. And I'm going to take a look at these right here. I'm going to do a little clipping on them to see if maybe they're still alive. They should have already had roots by now, but I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm just going to place these back inside of the cup. Put a little soil back on top of there. I'm going to put these in the greenhouse. The leaves are drying up, looking real kind of crusty. But I'm going to put this back in the greenhouse and see if maybe I can get this to root up for me. It probably won't, but I won't know unless I try. So this is going to go back inside the house. So let me pot up these lemons and I'll be right back and I'll show you what they look like. You know what, guys? I almost forgot something very, very vital. When it comes to citrus trees, they don't like wet, soggy soil. They don't like their feet to be really wet. They also like a little bit of sand in their potting mix. When I bought my lemon tree from the nursery and I pulled it out of its nursery pot, the soil had lots of sand in it. So I bought a bag of just regular old, it might have been play sand from Walmart a couple years back. I think that was last year I bought some sand. I keep it in a bucket. And whenever I'm working with a plant that needs a sandier soil, I add sand to it. So I've got a little bit of sand in here. I also want to put a little bit of fertilizer in here just for citrus, because this soil doesn't have any fertilizer for citrus in it. So I've got just a little bit in my hand. I don't want to overdo it. You did see that the leaves were a little bit yellowing. That could be from water, that could be from nutrients. I'm thinking it might be a little bit of both. So I just put just a little bit. I'm gonna show you guys how much I put, and I didn't measure, but I put roughly a handful in this pot, and I'm gonna mix it up, and then I'm gonna put this soil in these pots, same way I did with the other pots. But I wanted to make sure that I did not forget that piece, because that's very important. A lot of people don't know, and when I first started out, I didn't know. This is going to be my second year owning a lemon tree, and there was a lot that I had to learn about owning a lemon tree. Now, some people might say you don't have to do that. It's not a big deal, and it may not be, but they might be a little more seasoned when it comes to trees, citrus trees, than I am. And so I'm just going to go by what I saw in that soil when I purchased my tree. So I'm putting some sand in here, and I might need to get a little bit more sand. I'm going to check it out in just a second. I'm going to bring this soil up close so that you all can see what it looks like. And if it looks like it's going to be all right, I might need just a smidgen more sand. Just a smidgen. So let me get a smidgen more sand in here. And then I'm going to pot this up. Let me see. Yeah, just a smidgen more. Just a tiny bit more. And again, I'm just going by what I saw when I bought my lemon tree. And when I took it out of its pot, I'm just going by what that sand looked like. All right, let me get a little bit more sand, and then I'll pot these up, and then I'll be back. The sand has been placed inside of the soil. I'm going to show you all what that looks like. I've already begun to put the soil in the pots. Can you guys see that? You can see a little bit more sand in there. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Again, I'm just going by eye, and I'm just showing you what I'm doing. You do what you feel is best for you and yours. I'm just following along by what I saw when I purchased my first lemon tree. And again, this doesn't have a lot of root on it, and I probably should leave it in here. But I have a good friend that's getting married this week, and I want to gift her something that no one else is going to gift her. She was not a gardener, and she met this guy last year, and he's not only a hunter, but now they've got chickens and baby ducks, and she's got a garden in her backyard. And before, she didn't even have any flowers. I mean, when I first saw her house, I was like, girl, we got to do something about this. You don't even have any flowers. What's going on? And now her life has changed, and now she's starting to realize the importance of having a homestead. And so I want to gift her something for her future. Look at that root on that. That's beautiful. I'm also going to be gifting one of these to a family member. Two, actually, as a matter of fact, two of these are going to be going to family members. And the root systems are not that large, but I'm going to pot them up anyway. Because like I said, my friend is getting married in a couple of days, and I want to surprise her with a gift that is not going to be something that they're going to get a one-time use out of. This is something that they're going to have forever. As long as they keep it alive, they will have a beautiful tree that will give not only them fruit, but their children as well. And I thought that this was a beautiful gift to give somebody. Because you can break a dish, you can break a vase, you can lose jewelry, but this is something that not only will you get benefit from, but generations of your family as well will be able to utilize this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving her a generational gift. And I already know she will appreciate it, so I don't even have to say I hope she appreciates, because I know she will. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of wood chip on the top. And I will take this back in the house, and I will drop this off to her home. And it's so sweet. They're going to do a family honeymoon. I thought that was so sweet. They have this combination family. You know, they're coming together, two different households with children, and I thought this would be perfect for them. So, all right, everybody, let me pot up these other two, and I think that might be it for me. If not, I'll see you in the next clip. I am at the pecan tree. Somebody decided to expose the roots on one of the air layers. So I've come over to see if I can maybe salvage it. The branch itself still is alive. So I'm hoping that it being exposed sometime today didn't damage the actual air layer itself. So let me take a look at this. They're not ready to be pulled yet, but I did replace the aluminum foil. It does still seem to be moist, the soil. Again, the roots for the pecan are dark. I didn't see any roots, but I'm going to leave this here for a while longer. It's just not ready, I don't believe. But I was able to put aluminum foil back on this one because someone took it off. It didn't just come off by itself. I'm trying not to be annoyed by someone's curiosity, but the least they could have did was put it back. But all right, it's just an update on the pecan tree. The limbs are still very much alive. They are not ready to come off yet, but this is just a quick update. The pots that were originally pink, I spray painted them black. They are not ready yet. They're still kind of tacky. So I guess I will do a few more outdoor activities in the garden while the wind continues to blow and allow those to dry a little bit more. I am still harvesting flower seeds. These are butterfly bush flower pods, and I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm hoping not to, yep, I did that. I was hoping not to drop it, but that's okay. It's okay. So I'm just fishing that out. And as you can see, it's dying back. I am going to reseed this pot. Oh, look at that. I got some Kentucky pole beans in there. Hang on a minute, y'all. The pole beans are growing down everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. As you can see in there, pole beans growing, growing, growing. Now these are tiny. I could harvest those, but I'm not going to. And I've got some up in here. I did not come out here to harvest pole beans. I came out here to get the those seeds, and I am finding beans. I don't even have my tripod, y'all, because that's how I was not trying to do this today. So I'm gonna leave those. I don't know if you guys can see those, but I'm gonna leave those in there so that I can get seeds for next year. This was a gifted seed, and it was given to me by a coworker, so I'm gonna leave some seeds on the vine. And I'm gonna have to come back out. My Marquise grapevine was thrown down due to the wind, so it is laying down, and I don't want it to completely break and snap off. So, but yes, I just came over here. Look, there's some more pole beans in there. See, I did not come out here for that. All right, y'all, let me get in this house because it's warming up, and I only came out here to grab the rest of these seeds so that they didn't fly all over the place. I'm still harvesting flower seeds. I did harvest some beans, even though that was not my plan. I continued to harvest the butterfly bush seeds. I was able to get 3 pods off of that plant. And so next year, I'll have plenty of butterfly flowers in the garden. I did have to make a quick wardrobe change. You know, it gets really dirty and dusty messing around with soil in the shed. So here I am just doing some last minute watering before I lose light. Many of the plants in the garden did need a little bit of drink of water. It did get warm this afternoon. So here I am just making sure that before the evening turns over into the nighttime that everything gets watered. I'm also pruning this sad little tomato. Next year, I'm not going to worry about tomatoes. It just didn't do anything in my garden this year. I'm also going to be moving around this long grass. This is where the loofah is. I want to make sure that there isn't anything in this grass before I start sticking my hand in here. And of course, yes, I was able to score 4 free buckets